Welcome everyone once again. This webinar is focusing on young emerging evaluators' involvement in their National VOPEs. It's a regional webinar. For Task Force 1, we usually target maybe 3 regions. Region 1 is the Anglophone, and then there is the LAC, the Latin American region, Caribbean, and also the Francophone region of our most of our members and most of the audience for the work of EvalYouth. So this day we wanted to go through a bit on the successes, challenges, and opportunities that our young emerging evaluators, leaders who have any experience in the leadership in their own countries can share with us. And as you can see, we are going to have 4 speakers. There is Douglas, there is Daniel, there is Nazifo, and there is also Daniel. There is also Joshua. So each of them, we will give a brief intro of them as they start, and we'll give them a maximum of 10 minutes for the speakers to share their lessons, successes, challenges from their own countries and their own experience. And we are going to start with Joshua, and I will give you a brief intro of Joshua, who is from the Uganda Evaluation Association. Joshua holds a master's and postgraduate diploma in MMA, and he is pursuing his master's from the Uganda Christian University in research and public policy. Currently, in his country, he is involved in the Young Emerging Evaluators component, where he is the vice president, and he's also an executive committee member, the Uganda Evaluation Association, where he is representing young and emerging evaluators. He is also the founder and executive director of Evaluation Partners Limited, which is a consultancy firm. So Joshua, you're welcome to take us through the lessons for the young and emerging evaluators in the context of the Uganda experience. Welcome, Joshua. You can check your mic, Joshua, to ensure that it's unmuted. Mute yourself. For all of us, please, I encourage you to mute yourself so that we can have a seamless conversation. And thank you. Welcome, Joshua. Joshua. Okay, Joshua is getting a hitch on the connection. So we are going to go to the next presenter. And this time we will go to Zimbabwe, where we will have a look at experiences for young evaluators, successes, challenges, and opportunities. Our speaker from Zimbabwe is Douglas Charivanda. Douglas is an M&E officer of Higher Life Foundation. He's also the Secretary General of the Zimbabwe Evaluation Association. He coordinates evaluation activities for Zimbabwe and is also a specialist community and livelihood development. So, Douglas, I will give you that chance to check us in.
Hello everyone. I'm sure you are all hearing me. My name is Douglas Charivanda and I am representing Zimbabwe. I am the M&E officer at the Life Foundation. It's a philanthropist organization which is more into human capital development. And I am currently the Secretary General for Zimbabwe Evaluation Association. I am also the coordinator of EvalYouth Zimbabwe, and I am also a specialist in community and livelihood development. So for the introduction, Benjamin, can you go to the next slide? Hi, Benjamin. Can you go to the next slide?
Okay. The intro slide is on.
Yeah, the second page. Yeah, that one.
All right.
So in that slide, I just gave an overview of what Zimbabwe Evaluation Association is. But in my presentation, I will present more on EvalYouth Zimbabwe. So Zimbabwe Evaluation Association is a national VOP which exists to serve the evaluation community and promote quality evaluation practices in Zimbabwe. And the association, it exists to build partnership with policymakers, evaluators, so that they will use, you need to go back a bit. Hello, Benjamin?
Yes.
Go back a bit, go to the first slide.
On top, eh?
Yeah, on top.
You can see it.
Go on top again. The first slide. Slide number 24. Go on top again. Slide number 24.
That is 24 showing.
Yeah, that one. Okay, thank you.
Are you?
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
Yeah. Stay on that one. So, EvalYouth Zimbabwe is a network of young and emerging evaluators within the associations here. And the network seeks to promote young and emerging evaluators to become experienced professionals who contribute to evaluation capacity at national level. So as I said that this presentation will be anchored more on when, how, and why the network was established. So there is that picture which is showing that small plant which is actually germinating. So it actually captures how EvalYouth Zimbabwe network was established. So I've also explained it using those three words: effort, beginning, and change. So in the effort phase, that was in 2016, just after the 9th Africa conference in Uganda. That is when young and emerging evaluators within ZIA, they started to join a global year network where they joined different task forces. Then we then decided to form a network within Zimbabwe, within ZIA, which can advocate for inclusion of young and emerging evaluators within the VOP. So we launched EvalYouth Zimbabwe. It was in August 2017. Then we created a WhatsApp group where we could link with other evaluators who were willing to join the network. We also have a LinkedIn page and a Twitter handle. So the change phase is when we started to see when we started to build the network. So most of the EvalYouth who are within the network, some joined through referrals from the young and emerging evaluators who were within the network. Then some joined using the Zimbabwe Evaluation Association Facebook page. So within the network, we currently have 40 young and emerging evaluators, but we also have, within the 4 years, we have 21 emerging evaluators who have renewed their membership. So within the network, there is one board member, which is myself. Then we also have the president of the association. He is also part of the network. So his main role there is he will be guiding us on how we can come up with activities. Then we also have the UN volunteer within the network. So she is the one who will be coordinating events which will be doing by the young and emerging evaluators. So we also have 3 task force leaders who represent the global task forces within our network. So you can scroll down to the next slide.
Continue, Douglas. We
Okay, yeah.
For your slot.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the slide. Go to the next slide. Yeah, that one. So in this slide, I just tried to summarize the successes which we made as EvalYouth. So as we are seeing, that cartoon is climbing the ladder. So it's starting from the bottom up. So those are some of the stages which we have actually passed as EvalYouth, and as EvalYouth Zimbabwe, then I can term them as our successes. So yeah, we have managed to grow our network to 40 young and emerging evaluators. Then we also widened the membership base of the association. Among the 40, as I alluded earlier on, that we have 21 young and emerging evaluators who have renewed their membership as members of ZIA. Then another success was we have 4 among the young and emerging evaluators who managed to come up with abstracts which were accepted at the last Africa conference, which was held in Cote d'Ivoire. And among those 4, only one managed to get funding to go to attend the conference, and he was actually representing the organization as well the network. So I can say that was another success which we made. Then, as young and emerging evaluators, that's when we also started to be visible at national level. Then we also have a United Nations volunteer from UNICEF, who is actually driving the agenda of young and emerging evaluators within ZIA. So she's the one who is advocating and strengthening the network of emerging evaluators. as well, advocating their involvement and participation in day-to-day activities of the association. Then, as the Zimbabwe Evaluation Association, we did our EvalWeek celebration. Our EvalWeek celebration, that was end of March, 26 to 28 March. Then, two of our young and emerging evaluators also presented papers during this EvalWeek celebration session. So these are some of the successes we are making as young and emerging evaluators in Zimbabwe. So you can go to the next slide, Benjamin. The one on challenges. You can go on the one on challenges.
Yeah, it's online.
It's above that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, please have use half a minute for this one, so that you can use half a minute for the last one, because the time
okay.
expired. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, as young and emerging evaluators in Zimbabwe, some of the challenges we are facing include, like, there is still need of more commitment to the activities we do as emerging evaluators. Like the association is, most of the members within the association, they are volunteers. So the challenge is, as youth, we don't have much time to commit on volunteerism towards driving the goal of emerging evaluators. So that's the main challenge we have as a network. Then we are also at different stages as young and emerging evaluators. We did a needs assessment where we were trying to find gaps within our network. So you would find that some of the evaluators, they have 4 years of experience in the evaluation field. Some they don't have experience, but they have certificates. So as we are seeing this cartoon, so these balls or stones, it's actually they represent like how we are at the moment as EvalYouth Zimbabwe. Like the one on the top, that's where we have experience in M&E. They know basics of monitoring and evaluation. And those who are being pushed, they are still in the beginning phase. So that's where we still need more of capacity building, as well, strengthening our network so that they will be at par with others. So can you just go to the last slide on opportunities? So Wallace is going to the slide on opportunities. Like the opportunities we have as young and emerging evaluators in Zimbabwe is the association conducts learn and share seminars every week, and it's free for members. So emerging evaluators, they've got high chances of interacting with professional and other seasoned evaluators. Also, based on the findings from the needs assessment we did, all participants indicated that they once undergo a training on M&E through for different durations. So there is just a need for upscaling where they are, so that they'll start to grasp more on basic concepts of monitoring and evaluation. Then we are also planning for a mentorship program in June. That will be our first phase of mentoring program as young emerging evaluators. We are being helped with UNICEF to plan for the mentorship program. Then another opportunity we also have is of pairing young and emerging evaluators with experienced evaluators to do peer reviews where we'll be evaluating evaluation reports. So the young and emerging evaluators will be having something like hands-on experience on how best can they review evaluation reports. And we also have an opportunity of attending regional and international webinars on young and emerging evaluators. So there is opportunity for networking, learning on presentation skill, as well advocating and enabling environment for young and emerging evaluators within their respective VOPs. And lastly, Zimbabwe Evaluation Association is also conducting body elections on 8 June. Then we are also encouraging young and emerging evaluators to participate and also take governance positions within the board so that they will be able to represent other emerging evaluators. Like when decisions are being made, we'll be having one or two of our emerging evaluators within the board who will be speaking on behalf of other members. So you can go to the last slide.
Yeah, thank you, Douglas, for the time you've taken to take us through that. I think that was the last slide. For the take-home message, Douglas is saying you need to be aware. He's using that quote from Jim Stovall. You need to be aware of what others are doing, applaud their efforts, acknowledge their successes, and encourage them in their pursuits. When we all help one another, everybody wins. Thank you, Douglas. Because of time, we are going to move to the next presenter. And
Okay,
yeah, thank you. Our next presenter is from the Ghana Monitoring and Evaluation Forum. Daniel, just check your mic as I do the introduction so that if you're muted, you can unmute in readiness. And he is the administrator of the Ghana Monitoring and Evaluation Forum, and he is also the president of the Young Emerging Evaluators in Ghana. His passion is to have an impact in Africa for M&E through teaching and practice. His bachelor's in accounting. He's a student member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Ghana. He has numerous certificates from short-term skills in research, NGO management, M&E, project management, and project administration. Welcome, Daniel. Take us through your presentation.
All right. Thank you. Can you hear me, please?
Yes. You're audible.
Can you?
Take
All right.
So that we can also keep the time in check.
Come again, please.
Yeah, I'm saying we observe the time. We play the time slot.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Yes, you're audible. Very well.
Yes. All right. As indicated, I am Daniel Essel. I'm the administrator for the Ghana Monitoring and Evaluation Forum, and also the president for Uganda. And I'm presenting on YEES involvement in GMEF, success, challenges, and opportunities. Let's talk about GMEF. The next slide. The Ghana Monitoring and Evaluation Forum is Ghana's only VOPE. And as a VOPE, it undertakes capacity building and advocacy on M&E through the organization of forums, conferences, and workshops. Now, established in 2008, the Ghana Monitoring and Evaluation Forum has grown to become a network of over 700 public-spirited individuals who have interest in M&E, with objectives to sharing insights and experience in the act and practice of monitoring and evaluation, and to support continuing M&E education, to promote evidence-based decision-making as well, and to establish a national repository in M&E. And also the capacity development by attending international conferences, just like what we attended in Africa, in Abidjan. And also there are increased number of institutions that offer M&E programs that could help members build their capacity in M&E and also have some knowledge in M&E. So take home. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, yes.
Hello, Ben.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, so take homes. We are saying that youth involvement in national VOPEs is important for sustainability, growth, and expansion. And we're also saying that capacity building through international initiatives such as workshops, internships, online training, exchange programs are very, 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 very effective. Just like what the one we attended in Abidjan is really shaping the mentality of members that were present, and they are contributing more to Uganda now. And so before I end my presentation, I want to thank EvalYouth for this opportunity, and also thank UNFPA for all these opportunities and sponsorship in the last few months. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Daniel, for that wonderful presentation. So, team, we are going to move to the south of the continent, where we will have Nonsifo Ngwambi. I hope I'm getting that name correct. She'll be able to tell it to us in a better way. She's representing SAMEA, the young and emerging evaluator company of SAMEA.
That's our VSA was having the name.
And, sorry, there is some background noise. I'm just going to, that is taken care of. So Nonsifo is an evaluation researcher. She also teaches M&E at Crest Stellenbosch University. She has completed her master's in social development and policy, also in degree in monitoring and evaluation, and currently she's a PhD student at the same university undertaking her evaluation studies. In SAMEA, she is currently in charge of the Young and Emerging Evaluator portfolio. Welcome, Nonsifo.
Thank you, Benjamin. So I'll quickly start off because I can see we're running behind time on what has been happening with SAMEA in terms of YEEs. You can go to the next slide. So basically, that's just a background of what SAMEA is all about. So in brief, SAMEA is an association that contributes to the capacity building of evaluators in South Africa, which includes young and emerging evaluators. You can go to the next slide, Benjamin. And then the next one, you can skip this up, go to the next one. So the activities of SAMEA that I'm going to summarize in this slide will be based on the EvalYouth task group. So basically, out of all our young emerging evaluators, about 43% out of all our registered evaluators use SAMEA, about 43% of them are young and emerging evaluators. Just go to the next slide. Okay, so how I'm going to report this, I'll report the progress of SAMEA based on the 3 EvalYouth task force, the 3 EvalYouth task force objectives. You can go to the next slide. So as far as task force 1 is concerned, in working with voluntary organizations for professional evaluation, this is what SAMEA has done. You can go to the next slide. So what SAMEA has done is that we do a lot of networking with EvalYouth. One of our former board members is actually actively involved in EvalYouth. We have also made sure that we align our activities, our YE activities, with the EvalYouth strategies. And we're also currently finalizing the development of a concept note, which is aligned to the EvalYouth concept note. And we also participated in the recent review of the EvalYouth mentorship program. You can go to the next slide. In our board, we've seen a lot of progress in the involvement of YEEs, because from 2013 to 2015, there was one YEE, 2015 to 2017, there was just one as well. But in the 2017 to 2019 board of SAMEA, 5 of the board members are actually YEEs. So that's a lot of progress for us in involvement of YEEs. You can go to the next slide. So in the second task force, according to EvalYouth, which is the development and promotion of YEE mentoring programs, this is what SAMEA has done. So we are currently finalizing the conception of the YEE concept note, which is a strategy specifically for YEEs, which we are hoping to be able to reach more YEEs and have more activities for YEEs in South Africa, while the final implementation of the strategy. And we've made sure that the evaluation community is participating actively in the development of the strategy. You can go to the next slide. And then in the final task force reporting, which includes task force 3, for how we've involved them in conferences and other capacity development activities. You can go to the next slide. So we've involved YEEs by providing scholarships for YEEs in our conferences and workshops every year. So we've made sure that we contribute to YEEs coming for the conference by sponsoring their flights and their accommodation, so that they can actually come through for the conferences. And the next slide. So what we have been done in working with other VOPEs is that we've done a lot of presentations that include presentations at our Department of Planning, Monitoring, and Evaluation, our government. We've done presentations at EES. We also did a presentation at AFRIA. We were trying by all means to network with other YEEs in Africa. The next slide. So what we also have in our YEE, as part of our YEE activities, is what we call a topical interest group called the YEEs TIC for SAMEA. So basically, we've got a facilitator whereby YEEs have a safe space to talk about their issues, their challenges, and opportunities, where they openly get to talk about what they're going through and share different ideas. And that's when we have that topical interest group in Yahoo, in our Yahoo group. You can go to the next slide. So when it comes to YEE capacity development, we also have SAMEA Talk, which is a listserv. So what happens in SAMEA Talk, even though we do a lot of posting in that YEE TIG I talked about, we also make sure that we do, because not everyone who's in the YEE TIG not everyone in SAMEA Talk is in YEE TIG. So under SAMEA Talk, we also keep advertising posts for mentorship and other opportunities and resources. We also do a lot of announcing for capacity development on the SAMEA website. We do webinars specifically for emerging evaluators, and we do referrals to job opportunities and internships whenever they are available. Next slide. So I reported what SAMEA is doing when it comes to YEEs based on the EvalYouth 3 task forces. But now I'll specifically zoom into what are the challenges we're facing, what challenges that we faced in SAMEA. So the thing is, the first challenge is, I think it cuts across all of the VOPEs in Africa, is that there is no singular or linear path to becoming an evaluator. Some become evaluators through 5-day courses. Some actually do the whole degree program. Some become evaluators from being researchers, some being through auditors. So that is a challenge to that, because we're trying to come up with activities that can speak to all these different ways in which people become evaluators. And also in South Africa, the other one is South Africa's political background, where some groups have have in the past had more advantage over the others. So I'm trying to iron out that by making sure that everyone is involved in YEs and everyone has equal opportunities. And then there's also lack of access to internships. Now a lot of internships are coming up where we get organizations giving us internships. But the problem is that YEs are underpaid, because most of them you find already they were already seniors in their own professions. Now they become YEs in here and become interns. They get paid not as much as they would expect. And there's also dedicated skills. There's not much funding when it comes to YEs scholarships to continue with their courses of education. And there's also poor linkages between M&E service providers and SAMEA. Like a large pool of YEs have no access to internships or opportunities. There's also very limited schools or universities that actually, when courses and NGOs that actually offer YE courses. That's another challenge that we actually have. So all these challenges we got from the YE survey that we conducted in SAMEA in 2018. So what the last slide that I'll present on is what is, you can go to the last slide. So above all those challenges, which are many as you saw, there's only one solution. I know when we talk about evaluation or alignment, you probably say to me it's impossible that 10 challenges can have one as a solution. It's not aligned. But what we have and is currently active is that we're developing a YEE concept note. And in that concept note, we're trying to build in strategies that can address the different challenges. We're trying to bite the elephant one bit at a time, and we're hoping that the strategy to speak to and solve the problems that we're facing is YEs in South Africa. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Benjamin.
Yeah, thank you, Zifa, for that trying to keep time and for that incisive and well laid out presentation. So Joshua is the one who did not manage to present earlier on. Joshua, if you're still there, please let us know, because I want to project so that I give you a few minutes to quickly go through. Hi, Joshua.
Hello.
Hi, Joshua.
Hello.
Your network seems to have some interruption a bit. So, are you able to hear us? Hello. Hello, Joshua. So, Tim, I think for all our listeners, Joshua is having a problem with I think it's a network connection there. He was supposed to give us a bit on the experience of the young and emerging evaluators in the Ugandan context. Anyhow, nothing will be lost. We'll be able to share the slides for whoever might be interested. We can also share a bit on our various platforms. Somebody is asking whether we have an option for question and answer, and we are going to take the next 5 minutes as we wrap up to 7 to 8 minutes to wrap up and hear from you. So if you want to say something, add something, you are welcome to do that. Zakariao Yusuf, you are the first one was whether there is time for questions. I would like to give you that opportunity. If you're ready with your question, you can check your mic and maybe unmute and post your question. For the rest of us, if you want to post it just down there, there's a post for the chat. You can post the question, or you can just be ready so we can take a few questions directed to our presenters who have just finished, and then they will be able, we'll give them a minute or two to respond. Kindly make your question straight and to the point, brief. Zachariah, you ready?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Please proceed.
Good afternoon, everyone. My
Afternoon.
name is Zachariah Wisu. I'm an emerging evaluator. I joined this.
Your audio is a bit down. You maybe audio.
So I just want to ask questions. Hello?
Yes, you're disappearing. Give it another.
My question is there any kind of... Hello?
Yes, please.
Okay. My question is there any such kind of network that
Oh, is it possible, Zachariah, to just text your question on the chat because we can't hear you? Please.
Okay.
Yeah, please type. Pardon? That other voice is broken. Nozifo? Hi, Nozifo. Yeah. But you're breaking. I don't know if it's from my side or your side, but the voice is breaking. From my side, I absolutely can't hear you. Maybe you can just also text on the chat. Anyone else who wants to pose a question if your network is not having the challenges you're having? McCarthy, you want to say something? Okay. Do this.